Hey guys, I'm Alistair and this is the ASICS Gel-Trabuco 13. The ASICS Gel-Trabuco 13 is very much an all-mountain trail running shoe, and it's clearly built and designed to go long in the mountains over really any kind of terrain. It's got a lot of cushioning and it just makes long mileage feel really easy. It's also very stable. But there's so much more I want to tell you about this shoe, so let's get into it. Starting with the key specifications. They cost $140, which is really reasonable for an all-mountain trail running shoe, especially one of this caliber. But of course I'll let you know if I think it's worth that price tag at the end of this review. They weigh 10 ounces or 283 grams, and that's for a size US men's 9, my pair. They have a drop of 8 millimeters from heel to toe, and that's 34 millimeters under the heel and 26 millimeters under the toe. The upper is using an engineered mesh with a debris resistant layer, meaning that it's going to keep all those fine particles like sand and dusty dirt from going within this top layer or the upper. I'll let you know how that affects breathability in my performance review. It's also very padded around the collars and a heel counter at the rear, and the tongue's really padded as well. Dreamy to slip on. The midsole is using FF Blast Plus foam, which is fantastic. If you've been running in ASICS road shoes and you've experienced this foam, you'll know how responsive but also cushioned it is. It's got fantastic bounce back and springiness. It's just a joy to run on. It's also got a gel unit in the rear to give you extra cushioning and bounce when you do land towards your heel. And it's got a rock plate in there as well, which gives it a little bit of extra flex or tension, meaning it gives you more forward propulsion. But also the rock plate does protect your foot from sharp objects on the trail. It's really nice when trail running shoes do feature rock plates because they're very much dual purpose. The outsole is using ASICS Grip Rubber, which is ASICS's proprietary rubber compound for trail running shoes. And the lugs on there are 4 to 5 millimeters deep. They do change throughout the outsole, so they're more aggressive where they need to be. And they've got a kind of chevron design. They point forwards on the front of the shoe, so when you are climbing up steep inclines, it kind of claws into the trail. And then the chevrons point backwards on the rear, so when you're running downhill, kind of clings to the trail with those chevrons pointing the other way. So really nice. Many trail running shoes do patterns like that on their outsole. For very good reason, it works. So you look at all those key specifications and you're probably really quickly going to realize that yes, these are very much all mountain trail running shoes built to go the distance, so ultra running, but also on technical terrain. So they really do it all. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size with a medium width, and there's just enough room in the forefoot or the toe box area to allow you to have a nice amount of toe splay, which is really good if you are running uphill because your toes do need to splay out to get you enough power to actually be able to push up the hill. But that's true for running on flat sections as well. If you do want to get the maximum power out of your biomechanics of your toes, you need to be able to splay a little bit. Heel lock on the shoes is fantastic as well. I don't have to do any racer's loop heel lock method with the lacing setup. It just works out the box. And I love the fact that they don't feel bulky at all. Yeah, there's quite a high stack height on here, but they feel stable. And there's plenty of cushioning making it feel really comfortable on your foot. And you get all that without feeling like you've got a bulky shoe on your foot. And I love that, especially if I'm going to be running long distances. I don't want to feel like I'm carrying a block with me along with me for the run. I just want to have a nice lightweight cushioned running shoe. And I feel like it delivers. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give the video a like. Tap it, slap it, smack it, whatever you want to do, just activate that like button and be sure to comment on this video. Really appreciate it when you guys do that. Lets me know you're engaged, you're enjoying the content, you're watching. Just say hello, let me know where you're from, or if you've got a question about this shoe, that's where you put that as well. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. I always keep things genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoe I'm currently reviewing is going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point you've got a question on that shoe, just let me know in the comments. And if you're wondering where the Gel-Trabuco 13 ranks on my best all-mountain trail running shoes roundup, follow that link up there. That will point you to my blog, alistairrunning.com. On there I put all my roundups of all the different categories of running shoes, and you'll be able to find which are my favourite in each category at any given time. Well, you've made it to my performance review. My favourite part of every review. And it really is, because I love sharing my experience with running shoes. I've had a lot of good experiences with this one, I can tell you. I'm going to start by talking about the midsole, which, although the stack's quite high on here, it does feel quite firm and responsive, or more on the firm responsive side than cushioning. But that's not to say it's not cushioned. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not plush. It's got a really nice amount of cushioning, which just absorbs enough shock, but still gives you enough response and spring back, making it a very nimble all-mountain trail running shoe. In fact, it's really very much a balance that I absolutely love when it comes to all-mountain running, because it is so versatile. It means I've got a shoe that's going to be responsive, meaning it's fast and nimble and controllable in the mountains, but also it's cushioned enough to allow me to run long distances or take on ultra marathons. And it's very much bomb proof as well. It's very durable. The traction is very good as well. So really is an all-rounder. The rock plate really does add to that responsiveness and springiness or forward propulsion. And I like the fact that it's not a carbon plate. I really don't like carbon plates in trail running shoes. So it is a rock plate that has plenty of flex. Look at all this. There's still loads of flex in there, meaning it's nimble and I can control it on technical trails. I'm not going to get pushed by an inflexible plate. So if you picture this, having a carbon fiber plate that's crazy stiff, yes, it will give you forward propulsion at fast speeds, making your long distance runs efficient. But the moment you step on technical terrain with a carbon fiber plate, what happens is you hit a rock here, and because the plate doesn't flex in a torsional way, means the whole shoe is going to move over that rock, potentially putting you in a dangerous position of rolling an ankle, or worse, falling over. Not so with a flexible rock plate like this. So don't be put off by that. It literally is mainly for protection underfoot. So if you do step on anything sharp, it's not going to go through this midsole and spike you on the bottom of the foot. When it comes to comfort on the run, I already mentioned this midsole does provide plenty of cushioning and nice shock absorption on the trail. If you are stepping onto rocky trails or hard buffed gravel, fire roads, anything like that, it provides plenty of cushioning for that kind of thing. But it's also got the gel unit in the rear here underneath the heel, which of course gives you a really nice soft landing there. You pair that with all the cushioning or padding, should I say, around the collars and the heel counter and this tongue, you've got a recipe for just a really comfortable long distance shoe. And with all that, you do also have some stability. So you'll notice these sidewalls here do actually go a little bit higher than the bottom of your foot on both sides. And what that does is cradle your foot a little bit, holding your foot in place and stabilizing your gait from lateral roll or movement. And that just gives you a little bit of extra stability on the run, especially useful on technical terrain. And now moving on to the upper, it's really good. There is that kind of sand guard or particle guard which is embedded in this upper material. And I was worried that that might cause the shoe to not have much breathability, making temperatures get really hot inside. But actually, it's not that bad. It's not the most breathable shoe by any means, but I'm running in Florida right now and it's crazy hot and humid, and breathability was okay. So for most people who don't live in crazy hot climates, it's not going to be an issue for you at all. And you'll get the benefit of having this guard material in the upper, which does keep out all that dusty dirt from coming into your shoe. I really like the little touches, like the little elasticated loop, which stores your laces in when you do them up. You just tuck them under there in the loop and stops them from flapping, stops them from potentially getting caught on the trails, and just keeps them away, makes things tidy. When it comes to traction, the ASICS grip compound on the outsole has been really good actually. I haven't run in a wet in these yet, but so far on gravel, dirt trails, rocky trails, all that dry kind of trail running stuff, they've been fantastic. And the aggressive lugs really do claw into the trail, they bite well, and give you a really confident ride. So, is the ASICS Gel-Trabuco 13 worth $140 then? Yes, 100%. $140 for a trail running shoe, an all-mountain trail running shoe for that matter, the most versatile type of trail running shoe, for one that's actually really cushioned, enough for it to be a very, very good ultra running shoe, but also responsive enough to make it very good for all-mountain trail running over pretty much any distance under ultra. So I'm talking under 50 kilometers. It's actually fantastic for that as well. And it's fairly nimble. It's about 10 ounces in weight, but it's a very nimble shoe, even though it's got a nice protective midsole and quite a high stack height. All in all, I think it's a fantastic running shoe. I'm definitely hanging on to this. I'm keeping it in my rotation of all mountain trail running shoes, just because it feels really good on my feet, and it just makes running those longer trail runs feel that much easier, just because they're so comfortable and capable. So if that sounds like the sort of shoe you're after, then $140, I don't think you can get many shoes better than this for that price. I mean, I guess you got the Brooks Cascadia, but I feel like this one actually might be better, just because it's got a little bit more cushioning in there, making it more versatile. And then you've got the fantastic Saucony Peregrine 15, which, by the way, this actually really reminded me of that shoe. First time I took it out, I thought, wow, I could actually be wearing the Peregrine 15 here. But the only difference is this one feels more cushioned, and it's the trail running shoe that I would rather take on a much longer distance run. Peregrine 15 is more responsive, meaning it's firmer, but faster. So if I was going to be racing a half marathon, I'd probably pick the Peregrine 15. If I was to be running a 50-kilometer race tomorrow, then I'd probably take the Gel-Trabuco 13. I hope that makes sense. But if not, drop a question down below. Well, thanks for watching this ASICS Gel-Trabuco 13 review. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some insights into whether this is going to be a good shoe for you. But if not, if you've got any questions at all, just drop them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.